welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley. I run things here at Gal. Today I'm bringing you a keto favorites video, friends. Keto favorites, things that over the last 30 plus days I have been enjoying. If you're new around here, I did keto for almost a year and a half, 2019, and then about half-ish of 2020. Decided I needed a change, I needed variety in my life, so I switched to low carb. Fast forward to 2021, post-holiday, post a staycation where I ate anything and everything I wanted, I decided to do keto for 30 days. I needed structure again, and frankly, I had pounds that I wanted to lose. So here we are now. We are more than 30 days out. I committed to doing 30 days, and we're gonna keep it trekking past the 30 days. So these are 10 products that I have been loving during this stint in my life of keto. This time doing keto feels and felt so different than the previous time. I think I'm just kind of like no fuss with what I like and what I don't. I feel like when I previously did keto, I would kind of just purchase things just because keto was on the label. Especially things that like I'm not even that big of a fan of. Like, I'm not a huge fan of bars. I just don't have a use for them. I feel like they're great if you're out and about, if you have to go to work, if you know, are like running to the office and you're running late and you have to grab something. I think they're perfect, but like I'm just not a bar person. Same with like nut butters. Like peanut butter I enjoy in like my vanilla yogurt, but other than that, like I'm not like an almond butter, macadamia nut butter. I'm really not like a nut butter fan. And so I feel like this time it was just like, I know what I like, I know what I don't. I'm not gonna purchase things that I'm like wishy-washy on or I've had before, and just because I had them before I'm gonna buy them again. No. So I have really been focused on only buying things that I either think I will love or know that I love, not things that just have keto slapped on the front. So I'm gonna be talking about 10 favorites today. If you are an avid grocery haul watcher of mine, or what I eat in a day watcher, this video might be kind of boring to you because these are things that you see all the time. But if anything, that's kind of a testament, right, to how much I love these products. I keep looking down because I have my notes here. Okay, let's start with like an obvious one around here. The Wonderworks keto cereal. This stuff is it's legit. It's just legit. The first one I ever bought was the peanut butter, and I was blown away. I personally don't taste any weird aftertaste. I don't think the texture is funky. It is absolutely delicious, and it's super peanut buttery. After I had bought that one, I would say maybe like 2 weeks later, I went to my local Walmart and they had the chocolate and the cinnamon. This hair right here, that is gonna drive me insane. They had the chocolate and the cinnamon. I love those as well. For me personally, the order goes peanut butter, cinnamon, chocolate. I like mixing the chocolate and the cinnamon. I feel like you get this really decadent like cocoa cinnamony flavor. They're high in protein. They're 3 net carbs for a cup. You know, if you're using an almond milk, a lot of almond milks are 1 carb, 1 fiber. So we're talking like a 3 net carb breakfast. It's delicious, and I have it for breakfast, I have it for a snack, and I'm a broken record, but it's nice that it is packed with protein because it's not empty calories. All right, number 2, I believe the brand is Margherita. I'll be putting pictures up of everything as I speak about them. I believe the brand is La Margherita or Margherita Sandwich Pepperoni. It's the big size pepperoni. There is something about this pepperoni, I don't know what's in it. It's 0 net carbs, and it just has more of a kick than your regular old bag with the zip Hormel pepperoni. It's a little bit spicier. I feel like it has a little bit more of a bite to it. It's definitely oilier, which is like not my favorite, but it's not to the point where it's like gross and you can't eat it. I love it so much. Frankly, I would rather have the like larger slices of pepperoni that I can wrap up on its own, that I can put a slice of cheese on, wrap up like that. than individually count or weigh out a ton of the tiny pepperonis. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just as processed as the smaller ones, but to me it tastes like you're just eating like a fancier salami, like a deli meat type thing, and I've really been enjoying it. We just talked about cereal, now let's talk about almond milk. I am obsessed with the Simply Almond milk. There is something they do to that almond milk. It is so creamy. It's so creamy. It's so creamy and delicious. Almond milk a lot of times can be watery. That's why I don't like the Silk brand almond milk. Almond milk, we'll get to something they make that I do like in a minute. I don't care for theirs because I feel like it's really watery. My favorite is the Califia Farms. I like the barista blend almond milk that comes in the carton, and then the unsweetened one that comes in like the actual jug. But my favorite out of everything is the Simply almond milk. All right, next up, this is kind of one that's become a tried and true at this point. Like, I just ordered more. Sernan and I both love them. It's the Legendary Foods Tasty Pastry in the birthday cake flavor. So it's a lot to remember, but the cake style one. So Legendary Foods has a bunch of these basically like mock Pop-Tarts. They're like keto Pop-Tarts. And when they first launched, they were more of a Pop-Tart like texture, Pop-Tart build, if you will. Harder to the touch. When you broke them, they actually like snapped. And then they came out with cake style. These are the ones I'm obsessed with, and they're so good. Now, I haven't tried the red velvet. I've only tried the birthday cake, but they are delicious. They're 5 net carbs, and these ones they taste like a delicious pastry. They're sweet because they're cake style. They're like doughy. It tastes like something you should not be able to eat on keto. I personally don't taste any weird like aftertaste or don't have any like textural issues with it. If anything, the texture is like my favorite thing. They hold up so much better and taste so much better if you zap them in the microwave versus doing them in the toaster. In the microwave, I put them in there for like 10 seconds and it's perfect. The middle gets nice and hot. The filling gets nice and warm, and then you just have this like soft bite to it. They are so good. I love having them for breakfast on a morning where I don't want cereal, and also as dessert. Like, we have them for dessert pretty frequently. When we were on a little staycation a while ago, I took 2 of them with me so that after dinner, if we wanted something sweet, we could have that for dessert. They will not let you down, I promise. My like suggestion though is to get the cake style. Don't get the other version. All right, next up, halloumi. So I have had halloumi before. My mom, like, I remember when I was a kid, she, like, when I was in like high school and stuff, she would make it a lot, grill it and serve it, and at restaurants and stuff I've had it, but I've never bought it and used it myself, like used it in a recipe or just grilled it or anything like that. Frankly, it's kind of hard to find. Like, my Walmart doesn't carry it, my Target doesn't carry it, and frankly, like, those are places that I'm at all the time. But I was at Sprouts one day and I saw that they had halloumi, and I had nothing in mind as to what I was gonna do with it, but I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it because I've been wanting to try it for a long time. It's perfect for keto. You guys, halloumi is absolutely delicious. It's salty, it's creamy. When you grill it, it kind of has this like bite to it. It's squeaky. It's kind of like a squeakier cheese. It almost reminds me of like, not as creamy as a cheese curd, but squeaky in that same way. And it's just I've just loved having it in the fridge on nights where I have no idea what kind of side I'm gonna make. We literally just had it the other night. I think that was the night we had steak. And I was gonna have salad, but I used the salad for a different meal. And I'm like, oh my God, what else can I whip up here? And I forgot that we had halloumi in the fridge. I slice it and grill it on both sides until there's like grill marks, char marks on either side. It's tasty, it's delicious, and it's 0 carbs. We enjoy 0 carbs around here. I highly suggest, you know, poking around maybe your local Trader Joe's, Sprouts, you know, even like the higher end, like Whole Foods or like a local market, and picking up some halloumi, even if you don't know what you're gonna do with it. Just toss it in your, you know, cheese drawer and reach for it when you last minute kind of need something. It's a lifesaver. All right, next up, a beverage. The dang lime Spindrift. I cannot quit those. Okay, so Spindrift makes a lot of different sparkling waters with fruit juice. So they make like a raspberry lime, they make a lemon, I believe. I think they have a mango something one, but a lot of them are between 3 and 4 net carbs, or 3 or 4 carbs. The lime one, I discovered at Costco, and I was like, my interest was immediately piqued, and I was like, oh, but I gotta look at the macros. I looked at the macros, 1 net carb, over the moon. Bought an entire like flat of them. Now, when I first bought these, that was when I was doing my also 30 days of no alcohol. And this was really a lifesaver to me too, similar to the halloumi, because, for different reasons, because I needed to replace the act of like having a glass of wine or having some type of alcoholic beverage. And this in a glass, the Spindrift with lime in a glass over ice with a lime wedge in it, tastes like a vodka soda. It is absolutely delicious. It's refreshing, and it doesn't taste fake. It's not super sweet. It tastes like you have a sparkling water and you squeezed a ton of lime in it. They are absolutely delicious. I love them so much. I actually am getting sent, I was able to snag them for free. They were doing this like special promo thing where if you went to their website at a certain time and signed up, you could try their lemonades for free. And I think there's 4 different ones, and only one of them's like 3 net carbs and the other ones are 1 or 2. So they're very carb friendly. I highly suggest them if you are a sparkling water skeptic. Now, I love almost all types of sparkling water. Like, I love LaCroix. I enjoy, you guys know I like that Ouroboros sparkling water. Like, I'll just drink straight up like Pellegrino or Perrier. I love sparkling water. But if you want a little bit more pep in your step when it comes to carbonated water, Spindrift is the way to go, especially if you're doing keto and you're watching carbs. All right, back to an almond milk product, the Silk unsweetened almond milk creamer, specifically in hazelnut. That's the only one I've tried. I'm not even sure if they have other ones. I love it. I love it. Another 0 net carb product. I will say I prefer it in iced coffee over hot coffee. There's something about putting it in hot coffee that I'm not the biggest fan of, but I'm kind of an iced coffee queen. So that doesn't bother me. When I have hot coffee, I just stick with heavy whipping cream or half and half. But I enjoy that this Silk creamer is 0 net carbs, and there's a little flavor there. It's not sweet, it's unsweetened, but there is a hazelnut kind of bump to it, kick to it, if you will, and it's delicious. I also love that because it's 0 carbs, I don't have to be a like super stickler when it comes to measuring it out. Like, if I feel like one morning I need a little bit extra, I put in a little bit extra, and if I don't, I don't. But that has been a game changer too, because I like flavored, I honestly like sweetened creamer, but I also just like straight up flavored creamer, and it's hard to find creamers out there that are not just straight up half and half or heavy whipping cream, that are carb friendly, and this one is, and it's delish. We'll just stick with the coffee, with the coffee theme. Next up is the Torani sugar-free French vanilla syrup. Another, 0 net carb addition to my coffee. I mentioned this in a what I eat in a day video a couple weeks back, and I enjoy the Jordan skinny syrups because they are inexpensive. I can get them at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods. They're easy to get my hands on. But I will say that I feel like the quality of Torani syrups is way higher than the Jordan skinny syrup quality. There is kind of like a chemically, I'm well aware these are flavorings, okay? Like, I'm well aware that these are not like healthy, like, completely natural syrups that you're adding to your coffee. But with the Jordan skinny syrup, there is more kind of like a chemically taste, especially if you put a lot in your coffee or in whatever beverage you're putting it in. And I feel like the Torani is just, I don't have that same type of like aftertaste with it. I also enjoy that the Torani you can buy in the smaller bottles with the flip tops. I actually just went to Walmart today and I picked up the sugar-free s'mores and the sugar-free hazelnut, again in the smaller 12-ounce bottles with the flip tops because the Jordan's bottles are huge. And to blow through a bottle of that takes forever. So kind of my only complaint with the Torani is that it's hard to get your hands on ones that are sugar-free. Walmart and Target do carry them with the flip top and all that jazz, but they tend to sell out really quickly. But I just feel like it's comparing apples to oranges when you're looking at like the quality of Jordan Skinny Syrup and the Torani. And in my coffee, I put the Silk almond milk creamer, a little bit of Torani, and a little bit of stevia. Done deal. All right, we have 2 items left. Next I'm gonna talk about tortillas. So I bought 2 of the Mr. Tortillas, basically like street taco size tortillas. I got the pico de gallo and I got the multigrain. Now the whole reason I bought them was because I was roped in by an Instagram ad, and then I saw someone make chips with them in their air fryer. So as soon as I got them, and I'm talking about like as soon as I got them out of my mailbox, I came inside, I cut some up, I sprayed them with oil, put them in the air fryer, and attempted to kind of like make some sort of chip. They are crunchy as all get out. Like I've tried doing other tortillas in the air fryer. I've tried doing low carb chips in the oven. These are the crunchiest chips that I have ever been able to make, but they're really, really dry. So I was kind of bummed out. But then I started just using them as like a regular tortilla, like I'm making little street tacos. And oh my gosh, they are delicious. They're 1 net carb a piece, which is just all we could ask for. They're 1 net carb a piece. The flavor is great. They're very thin, which I appreciate. And to be honest with you, over my 30-day stint of doing keto, I only had a Mission low carb tortilla, which are the low carb tortillas I normally buy, once. And you guys, I'm not kidding you. It made me feel so tired. I was sitting with Daisy on the couch. We were just kind of like, she was drawing in her notebook and asking me questions and stuff. So we were just kind of like hanging out. I was dozing off. It made me feel sluggish. It made me feel tired. I don't feel that way with the Mr. Tortillas. I don't know if it's because the Michelin one has like the dough conditioner in it. You know, it's definitely more of a laundry list of ingredients compared to the Mr. Tortilla ones, but the Mr. Tortilla for me from now on is gonna be the way to go. I love that they're smaller. I love that I can load up 3 little street tacos and I'm only eating 3 net carbs worth of tortillas versus like the 4 to 6 that like the Mission or Aldi brand are. And the flavor is there. Like little amount of carbs plus flavor, like count me in. All right, and lastly, a current favorite, the Lily's birthday cake white chocolate bar. Chef's kiss. It's so delicious. It's so good, you guys. I was on the hunt for all of the white chocolate bars for about like a week and a half, and then I just decided to buy them online. I bought the variety pack off of Lily's website, so it came with 2 cookies and cream, 2 birthday cake, and 2 just plain white chocolate. I've still yet to try the plain white chocolate. I wasn't a huge fan of the cookies and cream. The little bits that are supposed to be cookies, like almost 0 flavor. The birthday cake is a white chocolate bar with sprinkles basically like riddled throughout the entire thing. There's a little bit of a cooling sensation when it comes to the sprinkles, but not enough to turn me off. You get kind of that like cake extract-y flavor. It is delicious. It is so good. I just eat 15 grams, which is like 1 like longer rectangle. 30 grams is obviously 2 of them. That's a serving size. But I'm fine with like just the 1 bar. It kills my sweet tooth. It satisfies me. And above all else, 1 net carb. It's 1 net carb for like my dessert, for the whole piece. And I just love it. I know a lot of people, when I was like on the hunt for them, told me like, no, you have to get the Chalk Zero white chocolate, the Chalk Zero, Chalk Zero, Chalk Zero. So I'm tempted to try the Chalk Zero once the birthday cake bar is gone. I mean, we've already blown through a bar and a half. So once those are gone, I might reach out and branch out, I should say, and try the Chalk Zero. But if you're on the fence, the Lily's birthday cake bar is just exquisite. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you today. I hope you guys liked today's video. These are favorites that were not my favorites, you know, a year and a half ago. So I was really excited to bring these to you guys today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and drop me a comment down below. What are your keto favorites? What do you really enjoy? And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.